Freedom Radio.
This is Freedom Global News.
Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria says 200 trucks on the way amid fuel scarcity. Bayero University, Kano debunks school resumption. Correspondent reports on World Mental Health Day. On the foreign scene, South African police discover decomposed bodies in building. Good evening, you listen to Freedom Global News on 99.5 FM. I am Hauwa Adamu Kiyawa. Today is the 10th of October 2022, which is equivalent to the 14th of Rabiul Awwal, 1444 after Hijri, and now the news in full. The Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, has allayed fears by Nigerians over the seeming scarcity of fuel in the country. Speaking today, the IPMAN chairman at Northern Nigeria branch, Alhaji Bashir Amalam, informed about 200 trucks loaded with fuel from Calabar were being expected in Abuja and northern parts of the country. He said the trucks are expected to come through Ikom, Ogoja, Vandekia, and Kazana-Ala to Lafia and Abuja, where the commodity will be supplied in filling stations. He called on Nigerians to exercise patience, explaining that efforts are being made to address the current fuel scarcity. He said the NNPC, in collaboration with IPMAN, are making very serious efforts to ensure adequate supply and distribution of the product, and very soon the scarcity will be over. There is enough fuel in stock. He pointed out that the fuel scarcity has been occasioned by flooding due to torrential downpours that led to the destruction of some major roads in parts of the country, especially in the north. The Bayero University Kano has debunked the announcement of resumption of the institution circulating in the media. The Deputy Registrar of Public Affairs of the University, Lamara Garba, made this known today to Freedom Radio. He noted that the alleged resumption was untrue and urged students and parents to disregard the information.
There is fake information announcing the resumption of Bayero University Kano on social media. That information is fake, unfounded. People and members of the public should please ignore it and disregard that information.
It could be recalled that the Academic Staff Union of Universities embarked on strike since February and are still yet to reach a resolution with the federal government. Another sporting arena, the management of Kano Pillars Football Club has congratulated the newly elected executive president of the Nigeria Football Federation, Alhaji Ibrahim Musa Gusau, and his board members over their victory in the recent elective Congress in Benin, Edo State capital. Mamatan Uba has details of this and other sports updates.
According to the congratulatory message signed by the club secretary Abbati Sabo Abba, the acting chairman of Kano Pillars Football Club Alhaji Ibrahim Galadima described Alhaji Ibrahim Musa Gusau winning with a large majority has filled them with the immense joy and proves Gusau's commitment and dedication toward football development. Meanwhile, the new elected president of the Nigeria Football Federation Alhaji Ibrahim Musa Gusau has challenged Rivers United, Plateau United and Kwara United to ensure progress into the group stages of the CAF Champions League and the CAF Confederation Cup respectively, following their battling performances against North African opponent in Nigeria yesterday. All three clubs came from behind to win their matches, with the Confederation Cup contenders Kwara United trusting cup holder AC Berkane of Morocco 3-1 at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena in Lagos State. Plateau United and Rivers United in the CAF Champions League, H Aspirants of Tunisia and the cup holders Wydad Casablanca of Morocco 2-1 in Abuja and Port Harcourt respectively. In another update, in preparation for their 2023 Africa Under-23 Cup of Nations qualifying fixture against Tanzania this month. The Nigeria Under-23 team, Olympic Eagles, begins camping in Ibadan today. The 32 players invited to camp by Coach Salis Yusuf and the crew will train in Ibadan until a final squad is selected to depart Nigeria on October 8 for Dar es Salaam for the first leg match scheduled for the weekend of October 21 and 23. The team will return to Ibadan to prepare for the return leg match that will hold at Lekan Salami Stadium on Saturday, October 29. The list includes goalkeepers Kayode Bankole, Nathaniel Nwosu, Edwin Emelen, and Ama John. Defenders Abamayi Kalocho, Bello Babatunde, James Ajako, Yazid Adamu, Tosin Adebite, Christopher Nweze, Isaiah AJ, and Anas Hassan. Midfielders consist Morris Chuku, Uche Ogonna, Hage Kato, Olamilekan Adebayo, Suleiman Abdullahi, Naziru Awal, Adam Yakubu, Joshua Alechenu, and Suleiman Garba Kirki. While forward players has the likes of Kalu Samuel, Edwin John, Chisom Oji, Chinibere Onwebodo, Ebuhe Onwozubuchi, Jerry Alex, Mustapha Jibrin, Ademola Adebambang, Abdusalam, Zulkifli Mohammed, and Jonathan Alukwe. And Don Tennis, Emma Redukanu has been chosen to lead the Great Britain team in next month's Billie Jean King Cup finals in Glasgow. Harry Dart, Peter Watson, and Kat Bolter have also been selected for 6-day event starting on November 8th. Muhammad Sanuba, Freedom Radio.
The global news is coming to you from Freedom Radio 99.5 FM. You can send your comments, opinions, and watch us live on Freedom Radio Nigeria on Facebook.com. You can get the link to the page on our website, freedomradionig.com, or call us on through this number, 082-444163. On 99.5 FM. Every year on the 10th of October, people all around the world observe the celebration of World Mental Health Day. The day is celebrated in order to draw attention to the causes of mental disorders. Correspondent Aisha Adiugizu takes a look at the importance of the day and files in this report.
World Mental Health Day is an international day for a global mental health education, awareness, and advocacy against social stigma. It was first celebrated in 1992 at the initiative of the World Federation for Mental Health, a global mental health organization with members and contacts in more than 150 countries. Many aspects of mental health had been challenged, and already before the pandemic in 2019, an estimated 1 in 8 people globally were living with mental disorder. The COVID-19 pandemic has created a global crisis for mental health, falling short and long-term stresses and undermining mental health of millions. Estimated for the rise in both anxiety and depressive disorder at more than 25% during the first year of the pandemic. At the same time, mental health services have been severely disrupted, and the treatment gap for mental health conditions has widened. Mental health includes any disorder, abnormality, or failure to function well relating to the brain. Experts show that the main causes of mental health disorder are modifiable factors, which include lack of exercise, depression, and anxiety. Some people suffering from mental health disorder express their experiences.
I brought my daughter to the hospital. She got depression as a result of losing her children and husband.
I have a little problem, but I kept taking medication prescribed by the doctor regularly. Now I'm okay.
A consultant psychiatrist at Aminu Kano Teaching Hospital, Dr. Haruna Yakub, highlights the main causes of mental health disorder.
Of the population of the world suffers one mental health problem or the other, and there's another 20% or so that affects children and adolescents. And the most frequent or the commonest mental health problems in the world are anxiety and depression, which are treatable, they are curable, and they contribute to the global burden of disease. And another problem that people don't understand is people focus more on physical health, diabetes, hypertension, other cardiovascular diseases.
Dr. Aruna also explained ways to protect one's mental health.
Prevention in mental health is a topic on itself, but we can say something. The good thing is, or let me say, few of the things that can be said, things like eating healthy, living a healthy lifestyle, such as having a very good time for sleep, eating healthy diets, having time for rest, avoiding use of alcohol, smoking, and other illicit drugs, creating time for exercise. There's something we call spirituality. There's something we call mindfulness, ability to focus on here and now.
The theme for this year's World Mental Health Day is Make Mental Health for All a Global Priority. Aisha Ali of Freedom Radio.
On this day, on the 10th of October 2002, the International Court of Justice, ICJ, principal judicial organ of the United Nations, gave a judgment in the case concerning the land and maritime boundary between Cameroon and Nigeria. Amina Muktayakase reports.
In its judgment, which is final, without appeal and binding for the parties, the ICJ determined that Cameroon was the rightful owner of the peninsula. In Bakassi, there were at least 300,000 Nigerians. At the time, they made up 90% of the population. They had to choose between giving up Nigerian nationality, keeping it and being treated as foreign nationals, or leaving the peninsula and moving to Nigeria. The United States supported the ICJ verdict, putting pressure to Nigeria to accept it. President Olusegun Obasanjo at the time had attracted a lot of criticism from the international community and from within Nigeria. An agreement was later signed to start demarcating the entire Nigerian-Cameroonian border owing to contradicting reference points from the colonial maps. As of February 2021, this process has yet to be completed. Amina Mukhtar Kasey, Freedom Radio.
And on business, we have Muhammad Abba Abdullahi with updates.
The federal government plans to spend 854.8 billion naira on pensions, gratuity, and retirees benefit in the 2023 budget. The President Muhammadu Buhari disclosed this while presenting the 2023 appropriation bill to a joint session of the National Assembly in Abuja. He stated that the total non-debt recurrent expenditure in January to July 2022 was 3.24 trillion naira, of which 2.87 trillion naira was for salaries, pensions, and overhead. He added that the government will spend 20.15 trillion naira for the 2023 fiscal year. Meanwhile, according to reports, gas prices will further rise and Nigerians may pay more, as marketers have hinted that the high exchange rate of dollar to naira is having a negative impact on inflation. National Operations Controller, the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, Mike Osati, stated that independent marketers sourced dollar for importation from the black market. Hence, gas price will continue to increase until naira straightens at the exchange market. He added that their members who still sell gas bought 20,000 metric tons at around 11 million naira last month, but now the price has jumped to 12.3 million naira per 20,000 metric tons. He noted that gas consumers stood the risk of further price hike as long as dollar continued to straighten. Muhammad Abba Abdullahi, Freedom Radio.
And on the foreign scene, South African Police Service is to charge a 21-year-old man with murder following the discovery of 6 bodies, 5 of them in an advanced state of decomposition in a building in the main city of Johannesburg. Muhammad Abdul Karim has more.
Police said it has launched an investigation after a complaint of a foul smell coming from one of the rooms in the building. A police statement said a body of a woman was first discovered in the building and her clothes matched the description of a woman reported missing earlier this month. The statement added 5 more bodies were found outside and the 21-year-old man, who is believed to be the last person to have been seen with a woman, had been arrested. He is to be charged with 6 counts of murder. Meanwhile, Vladimir Putin said today's widespread Russian strike on Ukraine are retaliation for for Saturday's attack on a key bridge. Putin blames the bridge explosion on Ukraine and threatens more strike in response to what he calls terrorist attacks. The attack on the bridge badly damaged the only link between Russia and occupied Crimea, a key route for military supplies for the war. Today's missile strike on cities across Ukraine, including the capital Kyiv, mark a significant escalation. It is the first time Kyiv has been targeted in months, where Ukraine says 11 people have been killed across the country. Abdul Karim, Freedom Radio.
And with this, we've come to the end of today's Global News. But before we go, highlights, a recap of the headlines. The Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria says 200 trucks on the way amid fuel scarcity. Bio University Kano debunks school resumption. On the foreign scene, South African police discovers decomposed bodies in building. On behalf of the entire production team, I am Hauwa Adamu Kiyawa. Have a wonderful evening.